Hi, everybody. It is Thomas John here, and just making sure we're live. Are we live? Yeah, we are live. So we are live, and I am here with Susan Allen. Let me just get situated here because we want to make sure we can say hi to some fun friends and stuff like that. So we've got a bunch of people on here. Let's see. I'm going to put my phone like this. And so I am here with Susan Allen. She is somebody that I've been working with a lot. Actually, we've got another surprise guest here. We have Jackson because he knows that he knows that people are on here, so he likes to come on.
This is my newest rescue.
Oh,
She needs her lip fixed.
that's so cute. Oh my, look at a friend.
She actually loves to see other animals
Look
on
at a
camera.
friend. Oh, look at a puppy right there.
Oh,
Look at the puppy.
hi.
So I am here with, oh, hi, Michelle Michaels. Michelle, I'm actually going to call you today. I have to call you about something. So, oh, no, barking. So I am here with Susan Allen, and Susan is somebody that I have been working with for the last, oh my God, I keep getting interrupted, but guess who is on here, Susan?
Who?
The woman I was telling you about from Chicago, Lillian Suarez.
Oh, perfect.
Hey, Lillian, I'm going to call you, actually. I've got an idea I want to run by you. Susan and I, it's funny because Susan and I were talking today about wanting to do an online event with you, and you came to my mind psychically. And we've been talking about this for a couple of months, and I've been meaning to reach out to you, Lillian, and I forgot to. So I'll call you this week, Lillian, or email you. Everybody, Lillian Suarez is on. She's a wonderful medium from Chicago. So we've got lots of friends on here. So I'm here with Susan. Susan is a wonderful medium and psychic. She does a special type of work that I'll let her explain to you that she calls soul speak. And we thought we would come on here and tell you a little bit about Susan and do some readings with you and have some fun and see what's going on. So Susan, why don't you take it away and let me know, let everybody know a little bit about who you are and tell me a little bit about what you do as far as your work. Tell me a little bit, are you a medium? Are you psychic? Of course, I know a lot about you, but a lot of people here don't. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, Thomas, thank you. So my name is Susan Allen, and I'm a psychic medium. And I started out as an animal communicator, and then I started seeing dead people in my animal readings. So I love my mediumship. It's so fun right now to do, my private readings are what I love most, and helping people. And the soul speak aspect of it, the soul speak aspect of it is something that came to me in a meditation, that I'm talking to souls of pets and souls of people and deceased people. So it's been quite an amazing journey, and I love it.
And I know that you do great work with animals, and you also work with a lot of people, and I know you do a lot of work with people. So you do mediumship, you do intuition, you can connect to the other side, you can connect to animals in the living world and in the spirit world. So let me ask you a question. I have a selfish question. So this one right here that I'm so connected to. I feel that since they don't have a language that they can speak, how do they communicate to us in a different way? They just do that because I feel like sometimes he sends me thoughts or emotions. So can they communicate in that way, through telepathy with their owners?
Well, it's interesting that you should say that, because I have always gotten animal messages, like I get people messages, like direct details about them, the house, where their body hurts, where their people hurt. And it's never been telepathy. People, when I started this business 10 years ago, people would say, "Oh, you're doing telepathy with animals." And I'd say, "No, it's like actual readings that I'm doing with animals." So, like, what I'm picking up. Tell me his name again.
Oh, Jackson. This is Jackson.
Oh, I love Jackson. Yeah, he gives you images in your head, but I also think he gives you ideas and he gives you information that helps you, and he keeps the balance of your house. And are you getting him a friend? Because he's saying that you keep thinking about a friend, but are you going to
Yeah,
get?
I think it's funny because I had another animal communication reading with just some random person that just my friend happened to say, oh, I got you this as a gift. So I called this person. She was actually really good. I actually forget her name, but she was really good. And she said the same thing. And so we have been talking about that. So probably he must be aware of that then, right?
Very aware of everything that's going on. He loves that you're home. He's so much calmer. He's like, I just love this. I'm very, very spoiled right now with daddy being home. He loves being picked up and he loves being pet and smooched.
Oh my God.
Loves all that. And he's commenting on he sleeps better, and so do you right now. You're sleeping really good.
Sleeping a lot more. Yeah, we have both have been. Okay, good. So we want to come on and have some fun with you guys and do some readings. So if you guys have now, one of the things is because of the Facebook delay, sometimes we don't get when we're doing the readings, we don't see the immediate responses. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to do some readings for you guys. And but what we're going to ask is please validate for us a little bit. I'm going to put him over here. So please validate a little bit for us. That's really important. If you feel like something, if something makes sense, because that's so important for the energy of the group. And we'll go through. If you've got a question or a topic that you want to ask or anything like that, go right ahead. Susan, no, Jackson. Do you want me to pick a couple people, or how do you want to do it, Susan?
I'm actually able to see the feed today, and I was just this woman said, let me just say, because it goes really fast. You're so skilled at this reading the comments. Our dog, let me just see, this one woman said, the woman who I'm just going to remember what you weren't talking to your father. And so when he passed, and no, I feel like he's talking to you now and he's visiting you in your dreams, and pay attention because he's more powerful for you in heaven than your relationship was on earth. Because I find when I talk to dead people, the relationship is so much better in spirit than it was on earth, because we have all this ego and who's right and who's wrong and what people did to us and what people didn't do to us. And it gets in the way of these, soulful family relationships that are so much more powerful when they transition. If they were, so your dad, to the woman who wrote that, and I'm sorry, it went by so fast, your dad is definitely watching over you.
Beautiful. That's great. Can we do this one? For you. This woman is asking. Her name is Sally, and Sally says, "I think my son is with all the animals that have passed in our family. Am I right?" I don't know, Susan, if you want to answer that more generally, or you'd like to answer that more specifically. What animals? But do you know anything? Sally asking about her son with all the animals that have passed in her family.
I feel like her son was such a huge animal lover, and he's surrounded by these beautiful pets, and he gets to have this great life and now in heaven. And I see like a yellow colored dog. I feel like it's a mid-sized dog. Did you have a lab? There's one dog there that's more prominent that walks in front.
Okay.
And yes, I in most of my readings, like when I talk to dead people, they're usually holding the pet of the family, and the pet's name comes in, and it's such a great validation to have when I do my privates.
That's wonderful. So Sally, let us know if that maybe resonates with you. If you recognize that dog, we'll go on to our next person right here because we want to get through a few people.
Oh, so Donna Faller said, yes, I have vivid dreams. That was the woman I just spoke about, her dad, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. So that was a great message for her. Let's go to this one real quick. Wondering if you get anything. Maybe I'll chime in on this one too. Susan, do you get anything? This is just a general one.
Okay.
This woman, her name is Dove, and it says, "Hi, TJ and Susan. I would love any message." So do you just get any message for her at all? We can kind of do it together even too.
Yeah, I mean, I sense a man in spirit. Ooh, my Outlook is on. I apologize for that. Let me just get at Outlook. Thank you. I sense a man in spirit for her. On the father's side that watches over her. I feel like it could be a grandfather or a father.
Mhm.
H name, Hal, Howard.
Okay.
I don't know. Thomas, what do you got?
I feel a male for you too, Dove. I feel somebody who passed, and it's weird because I get actually two letters. I actually get the letter A and the letter J. So those could be, living people or past, but I'm seeing the letter A and J. I feel like there's a little bit of confusion that I'm seeing around what your next step is supposed to be career-wise, is what I was feeling. And I just want to say, I feel like they are sharing with me in the spirit world that the fall is going to be very important for you. You may experience a really strong shift and go in kind of a new direction in the fall that I think may be very positive for you.
I felt that too, like a job shift, a job change too.
Go ahead, guys, and like and share. Go ahead and like and share anything in it. Just go ahead and like this video. And if you could do some hearts and some thumbs up, that would be great. And tag anybody who might be interested in getting a message. Here's a good question, I think, for you, Susan. I just pulled up. This lady, her name is Peggy. She says, "I am interested in getting a pet. I'd like a smaller lap-size pet. My husband likes bigger dogs. Can you tell me what I should get? Can you foresee a certain pet?" She wants to know if you're getting any message.
I do feel like you can get a small dog with a big pet personality, and
Okay, cool.
it would be good for both. We just rescued a Frenchie. We're a Frenchie family, and I adopted. And they have really big personalities, but they're manageable in size.
Oh, cool.
And, sometimes you'll get a dog. You can get a Chihuahua with a huge personality. They take over the room. And I think your husband will be happy with whatever you're happy with. I do see, I wonder if your husband ever had a lab, because I see another lab in spirit, a yellow lab. This could have been for you as well. But that's great.
Good. Just to validate also, Sally, who we said that you had given your message about the dog that her son was with, she says that's exactly the dog he grew up with, who died the day after his passing.
They're a soul contract, the two of them. So when your son passed, the dog had to be with him.
Right.
Sorry
that makes sense. This woman, I guess this is in relation to Dove or something, but somebody said, yes, that makes sense about the A and the J. Her dad is Andrew Joel. Do you know, can we get the H too, Dove? Do you know who the H person would be that Susan was picked up? Because I'd love that validation too. Somebody else is on here, Michelle. She said, "I had a reading with Susan a few months ago. It was excellent. She gave a lot of evidential information." So that's just a great. Susan, tell everybody how they can set up a session with you, your website and all that.
Oh, pardon me. My website is Susan Allen Medium. And if you sign up for my newsletter, I'm going to do a giveaway next month of something special. I haven't decided yet, but I think if you sign up now, you'll get my very last newsletter. I think it populates. So SusanAllenMedium.com. And I have a couple of different offerings there.
Beautiful. Susan, how do you feel about doing a couple more readings? Are you open to
Oh,
doing?
sure, sure.
You want to pick somebody?
Okay. She said her hubby is Andrew Joel.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That one,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
okay.
that's the one I saw that was the AJ, but I'm wondering about the H one too that you picked up. So we're waiting on that.
Oh, cool. Beyond to find him, we would love to know if he's in spirit. My sister lost an extremely special dog and has went to great lengths to find him. We would love to know if he's in spirit now or is still part of this world.
Well, that would be your department.
Yeah, I feel like he's older, much older now, but I feel like he's still here.
Yeah, I have to say, psychically, I'm getting totally what you're getting, Susan. I don't think he's gone.
No, he's not gone,
Mm-mm.
but he's just like an angelic dog, and I feel like he's just in a family, and he's just quiet, and he left or he went to this other family because I felt like they energetically needed him at this point. So he's with a good family. I just feel like he's still here as well. And I can't zoom in on where.
Okay. I want to just say also, I'm getting a message that somebody's mother that I'm connecting with, who is in spirit, is coming through. And I believe she lived in Connecticut or New York or New Jersey. And she's telling me that she's helping you with some sort of medical condition that you have. I don't really understand what it is, but she says that this has been a stress in your life in the last couple of years. It also almost feels like some sort of muscle disorder type of thing, like almost like involuntary movement. And she's helping you with this from the other side. She's sending you healing energy. Oh, hey, can we do this one? I just got really drawn to this one, Susan. Would you mind, Stephanie? And then we want to do a human one for you. But she says, I recently adopted a new kitten, wondering if my Suki, who crossed the Rainbow Bridge, is visiting us and aware of that.
I don't think that pets ever leave us. I think that they hang around.
Okay.
And I feel like Suki actually brought this new soul in for you. So yeah, I feel like he's definitely around.
Oh my God, this is so interesting. So this lady, Linda, typed, I have a question. My son is Andrew Joel, and he is in the living world. And my husband, Harold, is passed. Is it possible when you were asking about Dove, that was a message for me? Oh, that's so interesting.
That's the cross link, right?
Some sort of cross thing. So, okay, so probably what happened, this happens all the time. Actually, Colette Baron Reed taught me about this, and there's a term that she uses for it. It's called Cledon, I believe. And it's basically what happens is when spiritual information is coming through, it kind of latches on to other things. So probably what happened is as we were connecting with this person, and I was getting part of one thing and Susan was getting something for another one, but there was some parallels, so it all kind of came by. So I totally think that's a message for you, Linda. There's no coincidences.
No.
And I'm sure that was for you. That was great, because actually up here, Dove had said she wasn't sure about an H.
Oh, interesting.
So that kind of, but the weird thing is Dove's father is Andrew, and this woman is saying that she has an H and she has a living Andrew. So I think it might have been like a weird,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That happens. How about this lady, Barbara CT? Any messages for her, Susan? Can you get a message for her?
Barbara, are you moving or are you thinking of moving? Because I feel like this move would be really wonderful for you. I feel you moving a little bit farther away from where you are now. Not a little bit farther away, like maybe a lot farther away. I think there's two places you were thinking of moving, and I actually feel the one that's farther away, you may be happier. I don't know if it's to be with a family member, but I do feel like that would be good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can validate that, that would be great.
Okay, great. That's great.
Wow, they go really fast, Thomas.
I know. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, Lisa. Let's do this lady, Lisa. Lisa. Hello, Thomas and Susan. Any messages for me? Would love any messages. So this is just, she says she has a lot of people in spirit. She's wondering if there's anybody for her that might come in. I don't know if you want to take.
You know, the immediate one I got was on the mother's side, the grandmother came in. A lot of love, a lot of support, and a lot of healing.
So Lisa, that could be for you if you could, if there's anything you can do to validate that. I also picked up somebody in the spirit with the letter R for you, but I don't know who that is. I'm not getting, it might have been, maybe it's even what she's picking up too. Okay. You want to do some more, Susan? Want to do a couple more?
Yeah, I would. I just, somebody asked if their grandchild, this is really interesting, their grandchild keeps calling them another name like mother or something. I do really believe children remember past lives when they're really, really young. They sort of forget them as they get older. But it's very possible that this child was your daughter in a past life.
Oh, I
That's
think
why she's
so.
calling you that. I feel that. I get that a lot in spirit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely feel like that can definitely happen. So
Let's see.
Barbara says yes. She said she has been thinking about a move.
Oh, good. It's going to be great for you. That one, there was one that just passed by really quick that her daughter passed at 23, and I feel like that your daughter has come to you in dreams, and she's very present in your life right now, and she's helping you with you're not feeling great, and she wants you to know that she's always by you. I feel like they didn't get to say goodbye, and the daughter is just very much around her and in her space.
Susan, tell me a little bit about Soul Speak. When you do a Soul Speak, how does the session go? Do you just sort of tune in and start to get messages, or is it sort of like, what is your process?
Well, my process is a little bit different than yours, maybe, in that, as all mediums are different, but my process is that I do a meditation with the person on the phone that doesn't take away from their time with me. And it's just a chakra balancing meditation. And while I'm in that, like 2 minute, it takes 2 minutes. They breathe and release, and then I see what's going on in their field, and their relatives are coming in. Usually I get their relatives or parted loved ones right away when I do that. And that sets the stage, and then I just say, let's open your eyes and we're ready to start. And I did a reading for a mother, a daughter, and then the brother called me. I think you wanted to know, you asked me about that before. And the brother sounded really amazing and strong on the phone. And then his best friend came in that he lost in 2013. And he had been in a depression since he lost his best friend, left the police force, had this great job in the police force, loved the police force. And his best friend, it was like this soul was so strong. I was like talking like the best friend would to him, saying all this slang. And this is a 32-year-old young guy on the phone. And by the time we got off the phone, I was so moved by this whole reading. And then the guy followed up with, telling me that I told him that the friend gave him messages that helped him so much that he was able to go back to work, because he had been in a depression, and that's what that's the only reason why I do this work, is because I don't, like you, we don't know what's going to heal the person, but spirit does.
Hmm. I think that's really true. Yes.
And we can't edit, because something that sounds bizarre to us, or how would that make sense, would make sense to the person. So
And give your website again, Susan. A few people are asking.
SusanAllenMedium.com.
Beautiful. Karen Brooks asks, any messages for me? Need some guidance. Karen, you have a few people in spirit for you, actually, a Ralph and a Jerry, and what they're telling me, they're showing me burning money like cash, and it's being in flames. So I feel like they're saying for you to kind of look into your life a little bit, where you're spending money that you don't need to be, and kind of clean that up a little bit. I feel like they're showing me wasted money or spending over money. So it might be something to be interested in. Let's do a couple more, Susan. You want to do maybe one or two more?
Yeah, I just saw somebody that said, my son passed in 2011. He was 20, and I feel like part of me died. A part of you did die, but he doesn't want you to die. The rest of you, his soul is connected to you. So everything that you feel, Marianne, he's feeling. He wants you to definitely raise your vibration with the thoughts of fun and love that you shared with him. And that he's here impressing upon me, that you don't go out enough. You stay home more often than go out. Well, obviously we're all home, but when you can go out, he wants you to go out and live your life.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Want to do, let's actually do this lady, and then we can kind of maybe wrap up. This lady, Mary, she said, please bless me with a reading. Her name is Mary Thiel. Mary Thiel. Do you pick up anything for her?
I feel like more flowers. You have to plant or be more in the gardening if you're not now. I see tons of flowers around you. I want you to cultivate your flowers, cultivate your gardening, be in the dirt. They're showing me that this is what raises your vibration, to be outside, to be in nature. And if you just order stuff online and start planting things, I'm seeing that the growth of the flowers are going to raise your vibration, very much so.
Wow. Yeah, Mary, I'm also hearing for you too that you have a lot of intuitive and psychic abilities, and I feel that you need to kind of develop those a little bit more. I feel like that would be, I think that would be important for you. That's what I keep hearing. I feel like you definitely have some very, very, strong abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about definitely making sure that you're taking care of yourself more. I feel like they're showing me that you've maybe kind of let some things slide, or not been as proactive about some things, and now would be a good time to kind of be aware of that. Okay, good. Well, I want to thank Susan.
The flowers and the growing things, I think that when she's in the dirt and in nature, and that will be part of her gifts to raise her vibration. So great job.
And I also, I don't know why, Mary, but I did get the name Francis or Frank around you. So whoever that is. So, okay, good. Well, hey, really great to have Susan on. You can check her out. She's over at SusanAllenMedium.com. She's a great medium and psychic, and go and set up your sessions with her. And many, 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 many blessings to you guys. And we'll hope to be back on with you sometime this week.
Thank you, Thomas.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.